Wyatt's voice crack. Wyatt's dealing with dog issues right now. Thought he was a professional, but I guess not, guys. See what I'm fucking dealing with? Yeah. Professionalism is just lost these days, you know?
It really, truly is.
I'm referring to you.
I'm referring to myself.
This is the best piece of drama I've seen in my entire life. TikToker recently made a video. Her name is Maddie Hart, basically outing her dad for being a deadbeat, but for the most hilarious reason I've ever heard in my entire life. This is worse than family vlogging.
This is worse than family vlogging?
So,
and you hate family vlogging, so this is saying a lot.
It's
Goddamn.
not morally worse, but it's worse, like stupid worse. Like
I'm following.
That's the only preamble I want to give. I think now we should just start watching her video that started this.
What's a piece of trauma that you have that's funny? It has to actually be funny. I'll go first. My dad abandoned my family when I was 5 years old. Okay. That is a wife and 4 kids. He abandoned us and then pursued amateur breakdancing. And he got really good.
Yeah.
He like blew up. Like he became like a D-list celebrity status, like viral breakdancer. He became like the oldest actively competing breakdancer in the world. Then he got on Good Morning America and talk shows, and Washington Post wrote about it.
So he's not amateur anymore.
Viral. And
yeah, I think he was amateur.
Yeah. Here, I'll show you.
To see, take a look at this 60-year-old breakdancer. Yes, 60 years.
Oh my God. The core strength.
Hey, buddy, you can have a family and also breakdance. You don't need to abandon your family.
Don't tell him to abandon his dreams. I mean, think about what's more fun.
I don't have any desire to breakdance. It is truly trauma that's funny.
You can be mad, and you should be mad.
Yeah, you can be mad, and it's also hilarious. Objectively, as an adult, probably to look back and be like, my dad, he gave up being with my family to do this. It's so crazy, too, that he's called breakdancing dad, but he's not really a good dad.
He's a horrible father. He should be called breakdancing runaway dad.
Yes, breakdancing deadbeat dad.
Breakdancing deadbeat.
Dude, that should be his dancer name.
Yo, that actually kind of phonetically goes hard. Dance! Where's my dad?
Yeah, that'd be sick.
This guy wouldn't pay my medical bills.
He's just fucking getting down.
Damn it, he's good. He should not be able to move his body like that. It's like impossible.
It is a lot of force.
Hey, Dad. Like there was no split custody or anything. Like he just like left. He may not have paid for some of my medical bills growing up, but he did give me this breakdancing merchandise. So that's happy birthday ? And then do his breakdancing videos.
You know how like most celebrity stories start out?
I was living in my car.
Yeah.
You know, and I was about to give up on acting, but then I got my big break.
Then their deadbeat dad comes to them with their newfound success, and he's like, oh, I'm sorry, you know, life just gets really hard. And I just didn't live up to your expectations as a father. And then they get the satisfaction of being like, you didn't love me at my worst. You don't deserve me at my best.
Yeah.
But this
doesn't
is
work.
the polar opposite.
Yeah, parents never had like deadbeat kids. Yeah, you can't blame a child for like holding you back.
Right.
You know, like that, you made the decision to have kids.
She's in the position where she has to go up to him and be like, Dad, remember me? I know you have all this fame and success now. But you loved me when you didn't, right? He's like, nah, I never loved you.
No, I left you in the dust to crunk my way to success.
The only love I truly have is spinning around on my head like a human top. And look, no shade at breakdancing, but it's very impressive.
He's great at it.
You come off a little salty here, I'm saying. Just by calling him an amateur. I'm sorry, he's not an amateur.
He's a professional.
He's clearly a professional.
Funny you should say that. He responds. So after this video like blew the fuck up, he went to Twitter to respond to his daughter outing him as a deadbeat dad. He's also extremely into Bitcoin. He's representing Bitcoin at a dance competition in Miami.
I feel like whenever anyone says the word Miami in the same sentence, you have to say Bitcoin.
I don't understand how you can represent Bitcoin.
It's owned by a company,
I'm representing quarters, 25 cents, super underrated change.
It's like you only need 4 of them
to make $1.
I mean, come on, guys.
You like playing arcade games?
Yeah, I think everyone who buys a Bitcoin, it changes their brain chemistry always have to talk about it. I was in Miami at a club, and I lock eyes with this dude. He just goes, I'm in love with the crypto.
Oh, no.
And just looks at me like I would be like, dude, yo. I just blankly stared at his face and just went, no, there wasn't even, that song wasn't even playing. I'm in love with the cocoa was not playing. It is the new world pandemic.
Let's see him represent Bitcoin.
Okay. I didn't really see a close up of him.
It looks like his shirt got hit with a lot of paintballs.
I'm unsettled by this. Is this not a little cultural appropriating? He's like a 50-year-old white dude.
65. But I do feel like it's almost too hilarious that no one is offended by
Maybe
this.
it's like there's like a quadrant, like kind of way to plot, kind of like street cred almost.
Yeah.
Where it's like you're like really goofy and really good at it.
Yeah.
Then you have Lil Dicky.
See, yeah.
And then you're really goofy and really bad at it. You're this guy.
Like Theo Von.
Yes.
How like Theo Von is so funny that like no one is ever really offended by the shit that he says. People don't really care.
Okay.
It's
and
part
you know
of the
it's
bit.
not coming from a
he's not
place
hateful.
of maliciousness.
Yeah. So I think it's the same with him. It's like people see him and it's so ridiculous. They're like, let him do his fucking thing.
I don't think he's like that jaw-droppingly good.
But for 65, it's pretty good.
I mean, yes.
He's one misstep from breaking his hip.
He's one misstep from accidentally falling on his phone and calling his daughter for the first time in 3
10 years.
Ow.
That looks like it hurt. I mean, that's pretty impressive.
It's pretty good.
So I just wanted to give everyone a visual of what this guy really looks like. And this is his response video. It's great that he did this publicly and didn't think to be like, oh, I'm going to call my daughter and talk to her.
Well, that's his worst nightmare.
Okay, I wake up at 6 a.m. to do some work.
I like your instant.
Nick.
What?
That guy cannot be going like this.
Yeah.
He looks like Walmart brand Johnny Sins.
No. I know we've had our issues in the past, and I do apologize about that.
I get my coffee, I sit down, I open my computer, and what am I greeted with? Hundreds of comments calling me a deadbeat dad, a child abandoner, and all manner of other insults.
Who would call him that?
So I think, what's this all about?
He sounds like a radio host.
He gives
like
me Wiggles vibes.
Yeah. His cadence is weird.
He talks like the fucking Gub Gub man. I am the Gub Gub Thunderstorm.
The schwabble double wobble gobble flibber blah blah blah.
Maddie has made a video about me. She's a screenwriter in Hollywood. She's also a big social media influencer with millions of followers.
That's not true.
I need to believe my dad.
Yeah. He's all of our dad.
He's always
now.
loved me. He just had to go get cigarettes and milk.
And then he started breakdancing on the way there.
1 million likes, 20,000 comments, 40,000 bookmarks, 30,000 reposts.
Why do you have to like do that?
Because he's super bitter.
Yeah.
That's why.
But yeah, it's like, dude.
Because he's like, I'm the only one in this family that deserves success.
The spotlight
sacrificed
belongs
everything.
to me.
So I thought I'd better watch this video. And frankly, I was pretty chagrined by what I heard. The more I watch this video, the more I like it. Well, I like about 98% of it. However,
the parts with
I
his
do need to
breakdancing.
correct
Yeah,
a few
that's
statements
honestly, I
in
think
the
what-
video. And of course, I love my daughter Maddie, and we get along great. At least I think we do.
we
least I
got
think
along
we do.
great. Around her last birthday, we had a really nice phone call.
It's usually in between my sets when I will
Right.
text her a picture of me doing a breakdancing thing.
First, I can see that as a 5-year-old, Maddie would see her dad as having abandoned the family. One day I was living there, the next day I wasn't. But married couples do get divorced about half the time in America. And I was just living a mile or so down the street in LaGrange, Illinois. We just weren't living under the same roof.
So I have divorced parents, as I mentioned in the last one. If she said you abandoned her, I'm sure she's not referring to you guys getting divorced and moving away. My dad moved away like 20 minutes. I would never say he abandoned me, though.
Right.
You don't throw abandoned around
Right.
if it's just he's a few blocks away
Right.
and doesn't live with you.
Absolutely.
And she's not 5 anymore.
I love how he doesn't really give a timeline for how long he lived down the street.
That's also
20
true.
minutes.
That's also true.
How long he could have done that for a year
and then moved away. It makes me more suspicious of that claim.
Right. I don't trust this motherfucker.
He's now going into the medical bills claim.
Here was the financial arrangement of the divorce. Maddie's mom, my ex-wife, got $2 million at the get-go, out of the gate, a lump sum payment.
Weird flex, but okay.
Yeah.
Plus, I was paying her $18,000 per month in child support and alimony. And of course, I paid health insurance and out-of-pocket medical costs. I also put $600,000 into the kids' college fund. In all, I paid out about $5 million to my ex-wife.
That I made from my sick breakdancing because I'm so successful. As they might have said in the Shakespearean times, the breakdancer doth protest too much, methinks.
Of course, there was no way for Maddie to know how much I was paying because she was a kid.
So I didn't talk to her ever.
Yeah.
So
I also didn't really talk to her that much.
So how is she going to know information that wasn't shared with her?
Remember that I was living 1 mile down the road. I saw the kids all the time.
I lived this close, and I still didn't talk to them.
Was I at fault in the divorce? Yeah, I would say I was about 70% at fault. Maddie's mom and I were really not compatible in many ways. Do I regret marrying Maddie's mom? No, absolutely not. If I had not married Maddie's mom, Maddie and her 3 siblings would not have been born.
And I wouldn't have had anything to leave behind to start my journey.
I wouldn't have my inspiration to dance.
What they don't understand is when I'm dancing thousands of miles away, they're the thing that keeps me spinning. He fought so fucking hard for the life that he has right now. Bitcoin shirt, snapback.
The kids have turned out great. Maddie graduated from Northwestern University and is a screenwriter in Hollywood. Maddie's older sister, Tori, is a partner at a hedge fund on Wall Street. So the kids are doing just fine despite Dad's many shortcomings. I did not abandon the family for breakdancing. I have a career. I'm in the advertising business. Built an ad agency.
To advertise my breakdancing career.
It's all
connected, baby.
That's how I was able to afford to pay Maddie's mom $5 million.
Stop talking about the millions, man. It's not making
relevant.
people take your side.
I took up breakdancing entirely by accident in 2012 as a way to get in shape.
Okay, Maddie, let's see how the old man does.
Oh, it's insane. I didn't abandon you, sweetie. He's like refuting his daughter's abandonment claims. He's like, I'm still 66 and breakdancing. Let's see if I can still do it. He's like using the drama to promote himself dancing.
It's so funny because it's like, dude, there's a time and place. It's like the motherfucker at the party with the acoustic guitar.
He comes up and the guitar. Today is gonna be the day that I'm going back to you. I don't believe that anyone should hold me back from breakdancing, especially you, Maddie.
The main point is that it's never too late to start breakdancing.
Yes.
Not that I need to refute the fact that I left my family. I'm 66 years old. And did you know my daughter's a fucking liar?
So there's really no excuse for anyone not to be breakdancing.
Bravo.
At first, I really did not like Maddie's video at all. But I was biased by all the negative comments that I was greeted with at 6 a.m. in the morning in my social media feed. But the more I watch the video, the more I like it, even though a few details are off. No doubt because of what she heard from her mom.
Your mom's gonna feed you lies, okay? I love you, and I've done everything for you. But your mom, she doesn't see it that way because she's kind of a bitch. I feel like crypto is the first red flag. It's the tip of the iceberg. For everything. Conspiracy theory, loving the Cybertruck, not tipping.
Yep. Or tipping in like financial advice. Like invest in BTC. He writes in the tip section.
Invest in BTC.
And I do think it's a great storyline that a 54-year-old dude left his family to pursue breakdancing. Even if not quite true, factually. Maybe Maddie will make this movie about her 66-year-old breakdancing dad.
I like how I can't wait for that. I'm going to be a consultant.
I'm going to be a star.
I'm going to get royalties.
Dismissing everything she said in her video, just claiming that she just wants the drama to make a movie.
Because she works in film and TV, she is a drama queen.
I love you, Maddie. You are very creative and talented. Keep doing exactly what you're doing.
Maybe in this like very public, really kind of fucked up situation between me and my daughter, maybe that's not the time to put the breakdancing in.
No, it's always time. This is all he has. Maddie responds to the video.
Much love, though. He's still my dad, even if we aren't currently in contact. His response is delusional and shocking given the actual reality that he left and never looked back. I just was posting the funny part of the traumatic event. I'm a comedian, so I try to find the light in sad situations. I've done much therapy to grow from what he did. Wait, what the fuck?
Why do you feel some comfortable coming online and trashing your family, especially lying about it? Ben seems like a cool guy. Do you just want to be included in a group of people with actual deadbeat dads?
Well, because that's the thing. Like, he really doesn't want to be like attacked like this. Complaining about how he's being attacked. He is then turning the mob on his own daughter.
I'm sorry. Her video was pretty lighthearted. It wasn't like attacking him. Right. It was like, this is a funny thing that happened in my life. If you fucking abandon your kids have the right to be upset. As the person that left and pursued breakdancing,
allegedly,
you should definitely take this offline.
But I know my dad posted like a 10-minute video or whatever being like, you know, my daughter's lying. We have a great relationship. I have a great relationship with all my kids. That's just objectively not true. Like, guys, we're all freaking out about this in my family group chat right now. We're being like, he's so unhinged and delusional. We don't know if he actually believes his own narrative or if he's lying on purpose, but he's just like a weird guy.
He's a weird guy?
He seems so grounded in reality.
Well, I'm sorry, but like, would I have reacted differently if he didn't write down his entire response?
I think it's more genuine to record a video that isn't like scripted.
I would agree with that.
That is just you talking.
It's almost like videos that aren't scripted are better. He had to make sure his receipts were right. You know, he looked over that motherfucker every time.
There was a ton of cuts too.
The cuts were constant. That camera angle difference was probably a different fucking day.
He said he lived down the street from us. That's not true. Or like if he did, it was only for a few months maybe. But actually for most of my childhood, he lived in Florida with his new wife. Like basically, like obviously in real life, it was a lot more like complicated and traumatic. And it was really hard. He left us, immediately married another woman. We didn't hear from him for years. And then he would visit every few months and we'd go out to dinner. But like he truly had no hand in raising us at all. We don't speak with any sort of regularity. He doesn't know when my birthday is.
That's the...
Yeah, it's true. I mean, we saw the receipt of him asking.
You put it in a fucking calendar one time. There aren't a lot of birthdays that you really have to know.
Yeah, your significant other and your kids and your very close friends.
You just put it in your fucking noggin
you just
if
remember.
It matters to you, which it clearly doesn't.
He gave us some money growing up. I honestly don't know the nitty-gritty of the financial situation. I really, really don't. But I do know that several times I've asked him for financial help with medical expenses, like especially like in college, and he wouldn't help me. So that's what I was referring to in my video when I was like, he wouldn't pay some of my medical bills. I'll probably delete this in the morning, but I'm, 2 hard kombuchas in, and so I feel the need to kind of defend me and my family's like POV.
I'm so sorry, but like as internet connoisseurs, we have to kind of suss through what is true and what's not.
I don't see the benefit in her lying about it, really. It's one TikTok that you had no idea was going to do that well. How he said that, she probably did it so she could write a script or whatever. It's like...
She's not reading anything either.
If she wanted to write a script about it, she could just do that. She wouldn't
online.
post... Yeah, she wouldn't post a TikTok
somebody
about
else is going to make your fucking movie.
This guy was a completely absent father. He's like, I was just a bike ride away from those kids. And it's like, not once did any of us ever take a bike ride to his house. I don't think I've ever been in his house ever. So this whole thing is so bizarre. Like, I'm so surprised that he responded to my video because I'm just like, damn, I could have actually made you seem like way worse than I made you seem. Like in my video, I just made you seem like such a whimsical, funny guy.
Yeah.
But in real life, it was actually a lot darker. So I'm so surprised that he responded to it. And it's obviously kind of hurtful and weird. But again, we don't really have a relationship. So at the end of the day, it doesn't have a huge effect on me. It's just kind of a bummer for my family. And we're all kind of looking at this and looking at his response. And we're just like, this is crazy. If this is actually his narrative, it's like delusional.
Holy shit.
The only other thing, his response is 30 minutes. He pulls receipts of him paying for things and texting her and stuff to kind of prove that he was more around. It kind of gets negated later because then he starts talking about how there's no point to marriage because men have everything to lose and like misogynistic shit. He does say verbatim like his mom's brainwashing her and school is woke and brainwashing people. Red pill.
Where there is smoke, there will be fire.
He talks about like two genders, all the weird.
Oh boy! In one.
He has a 30-minute video of just him ranting. It's not really worth watching because it kind of like is a big nothing burger. We'll put it in the description if you want to see his response, but it's a lot of like nonsense. I would maybe believe more of a middle ground between the situation of like maybe it wasn't as bad as she thought. Maybe he was a little more present than she realized. But then when you go into that wokeness and red pill and brainwash stuff, you instantly lose credibility for me. And I'm like, oh, this guy's fucking nuts. There's no way I'm believing the Bitcoin breakdance psycho over her.
So, Nick, what did we learn?
Don't abandon your kids.
Don't abandon your kids. Okay, that's lesson number 1. Number 2 is if you're gonna abandon your kids, make it in breakdancing.
I think this is incredible that this situation has blown up as much as it did. It shows the power of the internet. Obviously, it's probably traumatic for her, but she seems to be to now have a healthy outlook on it.
And if you're a comedian, you got to kind of take your life with a grain of salt.
I hope this is the end of the breakdancing dad saga.
I don't.
I hope he keeps making crazy videos, but I hope there's no more like harassment.
Thank you so much for coming along on this journey with us. If you liked the video, make sure to give us a like and consider subscribing. It really helps us out. And hit the bell button so you never miss an upload. You know, I feel like there are more breakdancing dance moves.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I saw like 4 things every time.
But he nailed those 4 things.
Anyway, okay, so you wanna get up and